today's video is some products from Milani. Now, sometimes I feel like Milani is one of those brands that are just underrated. You know, you hear people talk about them here on YouTube and you see them sometimes, but I feel like as far as, you know, launching products, sometimes you don't know that they've come out with new things. They don't, you know, for me, they're just one of those underrated brands on occasion. And some of my favorite products come from this brand. You know, I love their lip liners. I love some of their eyeliners or Balm. Like I really enjoy them. You know, they came out with the flower or the rose blushes and they were awesome. So they have some really great products, and they did launch their spring line. I was able to pick up a couple of the new eyeshadow palettes, and they are calling these the Everyday Eye Collection. And there's 6 palettes, but I only have 2. There was a third palette that I really wanted. I just can't get my hands on it. When I do, I'll try to put it into a get ready with me or something like that, because it is such a beautiful palette. I want it. It's more of the rose gold tones and things like that. I kind of gravitate towards that. But I was able to snag 2 of them. I was able to get Bare Necessities and Earthy Elements. I find that these colors are the more neutral. More people will probably gravitate towards these. So I did go ahead and snag them. Now let's go ahead and talk about the packaging, because I feel like for $10, the packaging should be just a little bit better. There's no mirror, and you only get 6 shades in here for your $10. So you gotta keep that in mind. It does come with a brush, but I always feel like I lose it. I don't know where the brush went, but it does come with a little two-sided brush. All in all, the packaging, I could give or take. It doesn't come with a mirror or anything like that, so it's just, you know, but what's inside, surprisingly, is not bad. So let's go ahead and swatch. So we are going to start with Earthy Elements. This is number 5. So this palette has 6 eyeshadows in it. You have 2 that are matte. You have, I would say, 2 that are shimmer, and then you have 2 that are satin. The first shade is, it's a light gold champagne. This is probably my least favorite of the 6 in this palette. I felt that the formula, there's something off about the formula. It's super powdery. It swatches splotchy. It doesn't apply easily. Compared to the other ones, I feel like this one was just off. I know that sounds odd. It has very finely milled gold shimmer in it, and they call this the base color. I don't know that I would want to put a shimmery shade down as like my base. I would rather have a matte, but that's okay. Moving on to the shade next to it, they call it the contour shade. I know that the names aren't very original, but it is a warm tone brown. It's really nice and buttery. It is matte, really nice. Followed by Lid, that terracotta orange red. One of my favorites in this palette. It actually drew me to this palette, that one shade, because I think it's just so unique and fun. And it is the only other matte in this palette. The shade next to that is called Crease, and it actually has quite a bit of sheen to it. It's a dark brown. It's really pretty, but it has sheen, you know. And for a crease shade, normally you would want something that's more matte, but that's what they included. The last 2 shades, the top is called Specialty, and this one, it is a gold that has a bit of finely milled orange shimmer to it. It's almost a two-tone. It's kind of interesting in shade, depending on how you look at it. And then last, of course, is the liner shade, and this is the deepest, darkest brown, but it has a sheen. I would use it more as an eyeshadow than I would as an eyeliner, but that's what they called it. So those are the 6 from the Earthy Elements palette. Now let's go to the next one, which is called the Bare Necessities palette. And this is the number 2 palette. This is what I have on my eyes. I did use this palette to create the eye look that I have on today, and I'll walk you through that process. The first shade in this, which is called the base shade, is a vanilla. It's a satin, really pretty. I like this formula so much better than the other one. This one is truly buttery. There is some fallout with this as well. It's just creamy. You can definitely tell the formula for this one is just so much better than the other palette. I don't know why. The next shade, which they're calling the Contour, is a cool toned brown. Now this one, swatching, it doesn't swatch as nicely as it applies to the lid. I really felt like I had to build this swatch up, and you know, it was so much easier to apply with a brush, which is odd, but it's a nice cool tone brown. It is a matte. The next shade that they're calling the lid shade is like an antique gold, and it's a satin. It has a nice little sheen to it. Really pretty. Followed by the Crease shade, which it kind of reminds me of the Crease shade in the other palette. You know, it's a brown with a shimmer to it, or not a shimmer, I'm sorry. It's a brown with a satin to it. Really pretty, but once again, I would rather have a matte in my crease than anything with a sheen or a satiny finish. Now, the specialty shade in this palette, which I'm assuming that, you know, it's a brow bone highlight. It's more of a yellow undertoned champagne. Really pretty, has some finely milled shimmer in it. And then the liner color is that pretty dark, deep chocolate brown matte. And that's what I would use as my crease color. And that's actually what I did use. For the eye look that I have on today, I took the contour color from the Bare Essentials palette and I blended it into my crease. I followed that up with the liner, you know, a dark brown matte, and I put that in the outer V and I blended it up. And then I took my finger and I took the antique gold color and I just put it all over the lid, because for me that was just the easiest way to apply it. You know, I think it turned out rather nicely. You know, I blended everything out. I used the same brush. I used a Wet n Wild blending brush, which was, you know, it's a $2 brush. So clearly these blend quite easily, and I just used my finger. But yeah, I feel like these, you know, worked into the crease really easily. I had no problems with the antique gold going on top of the lid. You know, it was easy peasy. This is a look that anyone could do. I feel like, you know, 2 seconds and minimal brushes and you can get a nice look using these eyeshadows. All in all, aside from one eyeshadow, which you could definitely tell the quality difference and the formula difference, these are great. I would wear these every day. Actually, I've been wearing them almost all week. But yeah, so if you guys are, you know, at the drugstore and you see these eyeshadows and you're a little leery, go ahead, take the leap, spend the $10 and get these eyeshadows. They're actually quite good. I'm very impressed with the formula. I'm very impressed with Milani. They did an excellent job. Aside, like I said, aside from that one eyeshadow, really great, really great. So 2 thumbs up for Milani. There are a couple of other new products from that spring line that I am trying out and I will bring you reviews on. But yeah, so I enjoy these and I would repurchase them. I recommend them. I think they're great. For the price, obviously I would wait until they're on sale. Buy one, get one. I got mine. I actually got these at CVS. And it was spend $15 and get $7 back in extra care bucks. So that's what I did. I spent my $7, or I spent the $15, and I got $7 back to go and buy some more. So yeah, that is my review and demo on the new Milani Everyday Eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, bye.